Hello my loves, so today I went ahead and did a red smoky eye for you. I went ahead and did my brows and primed my eye already just to save us some time. I'm going to go right into eyeshadow, starting out with Makeup Geek's Beaches and Cream eyeshadow. This is going to be our transition shade. It's a very soft, kind of cream color. It's a little bit darker than my skin tone, which is typically the ideal transitioning shade if you are on the market for one. And then I went ahead and took Makeup Geek's Creme Brûlée to further deepen the crease. It's kind of a nice warm brown, so it's going to really help us blend all of the rich red colors that we're going to use today. And then I went ahead and just took a clean blending brush to make sure those two colors were really blended. Blending is key for this look because we're using such different colors all over the eye. For a little bit more warmth, I took a little bit of Desert Sands from Makeup Geek, which is a really pretty mustard color. It doesn't really transfer the mustard, which I love. It just keeps everything nice and warm. And again, clean blending brush to blend that out. And then starting out for our lid, I took the Venetian red color from the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. It's one of my favorite reds. It's kind of more of a warm tone red, so I felt like it really went well with the other crease colors. And I just prefer more warm reds for eyeshadows compared to cool. So I packed this on my lid, and I also made sure that I blended this softly into my crease, just using a packing brush. And then I took a clean blending brush to make sure that was all blended out and there was no harsh lines. And I went into Makeup Geek's Creme Brûlée once more and added that right into the crease to make sure there was no harsh lines again, like I said. You want this color really focused on the lid, so I made sure that I did a few layers of it throughout the video. And then for a little bit of dimension, I went into the Too Faced Peach palette and I took the shade Bellini, which is a nice, soft, kind of rose gold kind of color, just for, like I said, a little bit more dimension. And then for my outer corner, I took Bitten from Makeup Geek, which is a really nice burgundy color. One of their best sellers for sure and one of my favorites. I started building that on my outer corner and then softly into my crease. And then I just made sure that after every step, I used a clean blending brush just to make sure that everything was nice and blended. And then I took Makeup Geek's Cocoa Bear, which is a really nice, pretty warm tone brown, a little bit more orangey, and I put that into my crease for, again, just a little bit more warmth, and then a clean blending brush to blend that all out. I wanted to keep my crease like more of a warm wash than anything. And for my outer corner, I took the shade Americano from Makeup Geek. It's kind of more of like a warm red tone, dark brown, so I really like how it looked at this whole eye look. And I just made sure to build that up. You don't want it to be too dark. And then again, just took a clean blending brush to blend it all out. And then for my brow highlight, I took the shade Tempera from the Modern Renaissance palette. This is one of my favorite brow highlights ever. It's really reflecting, but it's like soft but really dramatic at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, but I love it. And then I went ahead and just curled my lashes using my crazy looking Shiseido eyelash curler. And then I took the Tarte's Lights Camera Lashes mascara. This is not the waterproof one. Whenever I wear false eyelashes, again, I do not like to wear waterproof mascara. It's just too much. For my lashes, I took the Ardell Wispies, which after looking at this tutorial, I kind of wish I would have done more dramatic lashes, but these ones are really pretty if you kind of wanted more of a soft lash for this look. For my foundation, I went ahead and took the Tarte Water Foundation from their Rainforest of the Sea collection. This is in the shade Light Medium Neutral. It's pretty much the only foundation that I have that matches me, but I have really been loving this, and I think it's going to be a very huge staple in my makeup collection for the spring and summer because it's so lightweight, but it has a really great amount of coverage, but a light texture, like I said. So I just used a Morphe gunmetal brush to blend that out. Again, I don't remember the name of this brush. I can never remember it, but I'll make sure I put it down below in case you're interested. And then for my concealer, I took the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer in the shade L11, which is very, very, very light. It's hard for me to find my concealer shade in this line, so I just used this one for extra brightening days, and I just made sure that I blended it out with a beauty blender. That way it took off the excess amount of product. I will never, I use brushes for my under eyes sometimes, but I don't love it as much as my beauty blender, I'm telling you. To set my concealer, I went ahead and used the Koty Airspun Loose Powder, which I love for my under eyes. It's cheap, it does the job, you gotta do what you gotta do. And to set the rest of my face, I went ahead and just used the Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder in the shade Sandstorm. I like this powder, I've been using it for years. Does what it does. For my lower lash line, I'm going to take the Venetian Red from that same Modern Renaissance palette and just smudge that right where my lashes are with a very small detailing brush. And then I went ahead and went into Bitten from Makeup Geek again, and I just focused that on my outer half of my lash line. And then I took Americano just to further deepen that. That way everything was nice and even. For my waterline, I went ahead and took one of the new Lancome eyeliners. This is in the shade Brick. It's a beautiful metallic brick shade, and it's kind of unexpected. I wasn't sure if I would like this, but it's actually pretty cool. So, love that, and the formula is really, really great. This lasted me so long. And then for mascara, again, I'm just using the same Tarte mascara for my lower lashes. For the rest of my face, I went ahead and took the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I took that medium bronzing shade just to bronze my skin. The color reminds me a lot of Hoola from Benefit, since it's not too cool, it's not too warm, it's pretty neutral, and I feel like it just kind of softly bronzes. And then to contour, I took the cooler tone, and I just did a light amount of contour. I'm not really into the whole heavy contouring right now, so just did a light amount of that. And then for my blush, I went ahead and just used the Nars Madly Blush. It's a really pretty, nice seashell pink, and I dropped my brush. Drama. And then I just added that to my cheeks. This is my favorite blush in the entire world. I will buy this forever and ever and ever. And ever and ever. For my highlight, I went ahead and took the Anastasia Glow Kit in the shade Sun Dipped, and I went into the color Moonstone, which is a nice, soft, peachy highlight. And I went ahead and just applied that with my Morphe 501 brush. This is my favorite highlighting brush. If you have a hard time getting your highlight to be super intense, you need this brush. It's amazing. It will change your life. Your highlighting life. I went ahead and just applied that to my talks and my cheekbones, my nose, my chin, random other spots on my face. And I also applied that same color in my inner corner. I felt like my eyes were a little bit too closed and I wanted to brighten them up a bit. This is one of my favorite things to do, is to brighten my inner corner. For my lips, I went ahead and took NYX's Natural Lip Liner. NYX's Natural Lip Liner and Mauve Lip Liner are my go-to nude liners. If you're looking for nude liners that are inexpensive, these ones are classic, and they have been my favorite for years. For my lip gloss, I went ahead and just took NYX's Intense Butter Gloss in the shade Peanut Brittle, which is a really nice, warm nude color. I was surprised that I like this color, but I really am obsessed with it. It reminds me a lot of Kylie Cosmetics Exposed. And once you are done with your lipstick, you are done with this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys would like to see next, and make sure you guys are subscribed. That way you're notified whenever I post a video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I love you guys. Bye!